Some creatures are so sinister, aggressive, and life-threatening, there is no option left other than caging them. While some rescued, some left alone, some caged forever. Here's why these strange creatures were locked away for years. Giant spider. Captured in Russia, take a look at this eerie sighting featuring a gigantic spider covering the entire building while crawling through it. Well, does this alienoid spider is actually a slender man, or Russia just happened to encounter a humongous species of spider? Speaking of which, spiders tend to carry poisonous glands and fangs that can penetrate human skin. But I'm sure about the amount of toxins this giant is carrying while poking at the windows. Largest coconut crab. Ranging from bright red to turquoise blue in color, a coconut crab measuring up to 3 feet in size was found on the island of HUNTSMAN with a whopping weight of over 5 pounds. These crabs like to chunk down coconuts more than anything else. However, they have got some powerful claws to lift and grip the object as heavy as 61 pounds and can easily manage a painful pinch. I would bet these creepy crawlies, apart from cracking a coconut, are quite good at breaking fingers too. Real Spider-Man. In the darkest hours of the night, this horrifying creature, probably the terrors of our dreams, was caught leaping over from one building to another. A black stick man, perhaps, or the alien from another planet. The massive creature with spider-like appearance looks something beyond ordinary. While people on the internet are claiming it's an alien spying on us, I believe it's just another chaotic mess ready to mess the world with its destructive superpowers. Let us know what you guys think of it in the comments section below. Half human, half animal. A real-life werewolf, or a wolf-human hybrid. The video caters to this terrifying creature with giant teeth, gasping for breath. The giant beast was captured by a truck driver in South America, and according to reports, it was relocated to a safe facility in order to avoid any sort of destruction to human life. Because, judging by the looks of it, the creature looks pretty lethal, vicious, and capable of knocking down anything that tries to mess with it. Unidentified species. In the cold nights of January 2022, a woman in Pennsylvania found bizarre footprints after she finally stumbled upon a scared dog-like creature. Hence, after thinking it could be the neighbor's dog, she decided to rescue the suffering animal. Although the animal appears to be scared and shy, it was hard to identify what it actually is. Which is why, without risking her own life, she handed over the animal to wildlife rescuers to determine the animal's species. Could it be a coyote? Or perhaps a wolf? The mystery creature remains in isolation until it gets better to be left out in the wild again. Before we move any further, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you can keep watching our amazing content. FIFI the bear. Transforming into a skeleton and back to a full-fledged furry bear, meet FIFI, a Syrian brown bear, who as a cub was forced to amuse tourists for more than a decade to a roadside zoo in Pennsylvania. However, when the zoo closed, FIFI was left unattended in the cage, mostly because of the potential threats bears possess to harm mankind. But since it wasn't fair either for this poor creature to spend 20 years starving in an old rusty cage, in 2015, animal rights organization rescued FIFI and moved her to a new sanctuary, filled with fresh grass, water, and food, where it took around 5 months for FIFI to finally gain some good health. Biggest wolf. With large canine teeth and powerful claws, let me introduce you to the world's largest North American gray wolf named Akela. Sniffing and playing with its master. Well, it turns out Akela was rescued by this man when it was just a puppy, who apparently decided to raise the beast indoors. But since the animal belongs to the wild, at point 1 it even seemed to bite and pull the man's hoodie, which is why the owner has decided to build a big enclosure where Akela can enjoy a wolf life while still being on his side. Sun bear. Known to be exceptionally aggressive and having large canines with extremely strong jaws and claws, a family in Vietnam, after purchasing this sun bear, decided to put their so-called pet behind the bars. Named Anne Marie, the poor animal spent around 7 years locked up in a cage, a bit lumpy due to joint problems. The bear was rescued by the Forestry Corporation team in August 2016 and shifted to a rehabilitation center to prepare the animal to get back into the wild. Flying fox. How big could the biggest bat get? The next clip shows the largest species of bat found from the Indonesian coffee plantation, comfortably sleeping in its roosting spot, weighing up to 2.6 pounds with a wingspan of 5 feet 6 inches. These bats appear to be pretty harmless, mostly hanging on to enormous fruits. But that doesn't mean you can interact with these golden-crowned flying foxes. As it turned out, they carry bacteria and viruses, which can be dangerously harmful to humans and even lead to loss of life. Huntsman spider. Hairy appearance, large size, with a leg span of around 5 inches, these huntsman spiders can be a source of discomfort for anyone who isn't particularly fond of our 8-legged crawlies. Known for their speed and mode of hunting, huntsman spiders aren't used to capturing prey in a web. Instead, they actively stalk and run down with speed. The species have got large and powerful fangs to hold the food until it's immobilized by the spider's venom. And as for their bites, then let's just say it can cause swelling, pain, headaches, and nausea to humans. Bear transformation. The most dangerous bear species native to India, a sloth bear, was sold to a local tourist who used to dance and do other playful deeds in order to please the viewers. Most aggressive and vicious, the bear was pulled around tied up in ropes. It stands on hind legs and shakes in pain as if it's dancing when the owner commands. Thankfully, the Wildlife SOS, after noticing the cruelty, decided to put an end to the dancing bear tradition and rescue this bear, who, after quite a time, made a remarkable transformation living in freedom. Spider on road. This dashcam video shows a moment when a giant creepy crawly sneaks up to a Texas cop during a traffic stop. The 30-second clip shows the massive creature emerging from a grassy roadside area and scampering over towards the cop. But before you make any assumptions, let me tell you, it was a real spider, but a rather smaller one, thanks to the windshield that tends to put natural effects while catering the spider into a monstrous one. Sarcastic fringehead. Quite grumpy and aggressive, these fishes with mind-your-own-business kind of personality are extremely territorial in nature while living in shells, holes, and rocks. Besides this, the fish is highly renowned for the way it defends its territory by opening its enormous mouth wide open while showcasing the peculiarly designed jaws to intimidate the enemy. However, if the opponent turns out to be one of their own kind, both of them peck into a mouth-lock position until one finally gives up. The ambushed predator with sharp teeth is reported for harassing divers for getting too close to their home, which is why it's best not to poke your fingers where they don't belong. Rare pink iguana. A bunch of scientists, while on a mission, stumbled upon these baby pink iguanas for the first time in 2009 in Galapagos Island. With spines running down the pink-colored skin, pink iguanas aren't pink when they are born. At birth, they appear green and turn pink as they age, which again is due to the lack of pigmentation in the skin, making it easier to see the blood underneath their skin. Pretty cute, right? But do you know iguanas, besides looking adorable, can produce serious injuries with their venomous glands and serrated teeth? Hence, it's probably best to adore the reptile from far away. Giant Chinese salamander. First discovered in 1726 by a Swiss physician, scientists have recently discovered a 200-year-old giant salamander in a cave near Chongqing in China. Truly a living fossil, this largest amphibian on the planet is believed to have seen the dinosaurs come and go around 170 million years ago. The giant Chinese salamanders are capable of growing 6 feet in length, while secreting a specific kind of sticky fluid from the pore of their skins to poison the prey. Well, not just it, with elastic jaws. These species can suck up the prey into the throat until its doom is verified by a satisfying burp. Shoebill. Moving on, let me introduce you to Sushi, living at the IGUANA Wildlife Education Center, who was rescued by their team after locals set fire to the wetlands. The prehistoric bird, otherwise known as whales, has an oversized shoe-shaped beak reaching up to 7.4 to 9.4 inches in length. Quite tall and sturdy, shoebills are capable of standing still for long periods, completely motionless, until it's time to launch a vicious attack. Also, do you know, this dinosaur bird is believed to bring bad omen among many people, especially if it is along the shore. The fishermen will probably end up with no luck. River monster. Measuring up to 6 feet in length, the 100-million-year-old species was found off the coast of Trinity River in Texas by a fisherman with a whopping weight of 300 pounds. Known to be the largest freshwater fish in North America, the alligator gar is an amphibian bearing an uncanny resemblance to one of the most lethal reptiles. Speaking of which, the fish has a reputation for feeding on the remains of other fish carcass with its sharp teeth and a giant mouth. By the way, they absolutely don't shy when it comes to attacking on living humans, hence attaining the name river monster. Deep sea lizardfish. From the depths of 3,000 to 8,000 feet below, the Australian's Ocean, a terrifying creature, was found in 2017 during a voyage. The stuff of your nightmares. It turns out to be a deep-sea lizardfish measuring up to 2 feet in length, with a horrifying mouth filled with rows of teeth from jaws to tongue. Razor-sharp and flexible to help grab the unlucky prey by pulling into the insides of the fish. However, with no sunlight reaching to the abyss of the ocean, thankfully the fish has adapted to survive in the dark, rarely making an appearance on the surface. Babirusa. With deer-like legs and elephant-like tusks, meet this bizarre species of wild hog called Babirusa, mostly found in the swamps of Indonesia and rainforests. However, where these tusks appear as a distinctive feature, it's pretty vulnerable to them if not worn down or broken off. They can grow and penetrate the skin while curving back toward the back of the animal's skull. But before you feel sorry for them, let me tell you, these wildies have got some brittle sharp teeth, sharp enough to pierce through the flesh of their opponent. So, I guess it's best to skip the thought of keeping them indoors. World's largest bee! 4 times larger than the size of a regular bee, Wallace bees are almost the size of a small bird first discovered in 1859 by Alfred Wallace. However, a biologist, after searching for the bee in the North Moluccas in Indonesia, stumbled upon this ancient species of bees after 38 years, since 1981. With the longest tongue of around an inch long, Wallace bees have a giant jaw and make an unusually loud buzzing sound. And imagining the bee of this size, I'm sure it would be capable of giving extremely painful stings too. Queensland lungfish. Meet this world's oldest aquarium fish named Methuselah, found living in the San Francisco Museum. Measuring up to 4 feet long, today Methuselah is 969 years old with a weight of around 40 pounds. She was brought to the museum in 1938 from Australia at the age of 5 to 6 years old. But since her exact age is still unknown, a sample of Methuselah's fin will be transported to a laboratory in Australia. Until then, it's best for her to stay in her tank because, for a fact, These fearless species can attack almost anything that moves, including the hands of humans. World's oldest chimp. With numerous incidents of chimpanzees getting aggressive or attacking humans, the little mama seemed pretty content with her 30-year-old caretaker. Known to be the world's oldest chimp in captivity, little mama today is living her best life while being in her late 70s. In the 1950s, she used to perform as a traveling ice skater and later moved to the safari, where after meeting visitors, she became more people-friendly. Growing gray hairs and getting a fragile body structure, she would have become a disaster or cause one if not treated properly. Rare white moose. The sight that is too extraordinary to miss out on. Clip shows an entirely white moose taking a dip in a pond in Sweden's Värmland country. The angelic creatures, after enjoying a quick swim, shook off all the water and proceeded to graze on some leaves. This is because in moose, this rare condition is called piebaldism, which can be a result of recessive genes, causing the animal to grow white fur with specks of brown, or in rare cases, an entirely white coat. However, white, brown, or dusky black, these tall beasts are equally skilled at foraging and attack with the force of a moving car. Green-haired turtle. Also known as punk rock turtles or Mary River turtles, these green-haired turtles are one of the world's most peculiar species of turtles, lurking below the waters of Australia since 40 million years ago. Well, thanks to their so-called green hairs called mohawk, which is nothing but a form of algae helping the turtle to camouflage pretty perfectly into the water. The only turtle known for breathing through its genital, these reptiles can stay inside water for up to 3 days, patiently waiting for the unsuspecting prey to pass by before they tend to snap the life out of it. Alligator bug. While bearing resemblance to an alligator, let me introduce you guys to this strange bug found by a man while trekking along the rainforest in Brazil. The creature appears to have a snout like an alligator and wings like a grasshopper. So, what is it? Turns out the bug is called alligator bug, or peanut-headed bug, mimicking a baby caiman with elaborated wings. In Costa Rica, the fly is apparently feared on account of believing that the peanut is full of poison. Hence, if it bites a person, there's no way out getting doomed into a permanent sleep. Peacock mantis shrimp. With the most brute force on the planet, this 80 million-year-old species of shrimp are quite a bodybuilder. Measuring around 4 inches, this shrimp has got a fair rule, say a pound for pound when it comes to using its strong claws to break through its mighty predators or small prey. Blessed with the strongest punch in the animal kingdom, their club-like appendages are faster than any weapon, and in just one strike, they can knock off the hardest shells to cause deep wounds in humans. Kangaroo feeding frenzy. From the deep waters of Brazil, a man named Steve Backshall, along with his team, discovered the tiniest nightmare out of the sea. The kangaroo fish, otherwise known as flesh-eating fish, is the size of a little finger with razor-sharp teeth. They are small with translucent bodies, which, after feeding, acquire a blackish color. The parasitic catfish is known to prey on humans and animals absolutely unbiased, with only taking half a minute to complete their entire meal. Today's open discussion points towards this image of these giant 2 spiders crawling on the rooftop, as if they want to wrap up the entire house in a huge web trap. But while it sounds pretty creepy and terrifying, according to research, this horrifying scenario was created by a family to decorate their house on Halloween. Well, it turns out besides being a terrifying sight, these mammoth spider dummies with webs along their legs happen to attract too many curious eyes, as the entire internet community was panicked when this picture got viral. Let us know what you guys think of this bizarre decorative Halloween prank in the comment section below. Yellow turtle. This next clip features what the entire internet has been referring to as cheese or egg yolk. Well, according to a forest officer, it's an albino turtle. whose peculiar color could be due to either some genetic mutation or congenital disorder due to the absence of a pigment called tyrosine, which reduces the rate of survival for these albinos, as light coloration makes it hard for them to blend into their environment, leading to difficulty in hiding or hunting. But this guy got lucky when he was rescued from a pond in West Bengal, India, by a fisherman in July 2020, while getting blessed with another chance to live in peace. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.